Hello, folks, and welcome to the 2024 North American A-Liner Rally, held in Marion, North Carolina, at the Camping World Rally Park. It's a nice, big, open area where they can put several hundred campers, and we definitely had a few. Not our biggest rally. It was a little short on people because I'm not sure why. It was great weather in reality. We had a few rainstorms, but I know the forecast wasn't too good, but we had a great time. I think there was around 60 or 70 campers, and a lot of them with couples in it, so probably around 130 or so people. Definitely plenty of food for everybody and plenty of things to do. So it was a little on the rainy side, but being on grass, that's not too bad. And there's no mud or anything like that. It was a nice campground. We had people coming all day Monday, and a few came Tuesday, and they had help backing up, parking. And the first order of business was the orientation for newcomers. And Dave Michaels showed the web page for the A-Liner Owners Club organization. And of course, Dave is the webmaster. So lots of good inside information from Dave. And while he was doing that, people were setting the tables for dinner. And all the dinners were free. We had 3 great dinners. There was a $30 fee for the whole rally, and I think each one of the dinners was worth more than that. So it was a really nice treat to not have to cook and clean up after dinner. It was all catered, countryside catering, real good food. While people waited, they played games and hung out in the pavilion. It was, like I said, a little rainy, but you know, it's nice to have a great big pavilion like this, and we've always had one at all the rallies. So people get together and meet. We did have a meet and greet on Monday night, and it's kind of nice. People figure out who they are, where they're from, all that. That's all on the name tags, so that's a good thing. And old friends come together. About half the people, I think, have been there before and know each other, so it's pretty nice. But anybody new is always brought into the fold. It's nobody's left out in the cold to stand around like a wallflower. So it's a great time. But it's been said that this is really an eating club that likes to camp, and I'll tell you, the food tends to be real good, and they do like to eat. Soon as the food is ready, the line begins, and there is no hesitation for people to get up and get food. After dinner, for at least 2 of the nights, there were a band and some music that played from local people. So it's kind of Appalachian music, in my opinion, but it was real good and very entertaining. I unfortunately could not stay because I had to get home. I was commuting from home, which was just about an hour away. But I took some of the food with me, and Akila ate real good, and I ate real good, and they had plenty of leftovers. They even had dessert one night, which was real nice. The A-Liner factory arranged for a local dealer to bring some of the new trailers down for people to look at. And so we had 4 of those in different configurations, and people got right into them and put them up and down and played with them and looked for all the possible quality errors and had lots of suggestions. This is Alan, the production manager at A-Liner, and he took notes of everything everybody said about, how to make it better and what problems they have. And he brought an Excursion, which is the newest, most hottest A-Liner. It's got a shower and a toilet inside of it. 14-foot box. It's a pretty big unit, and boy, there's a lot of room inside it. We went in, and I think there were 4 or 5 of us in there sitting around talking, chatting about how they are and the changes that have been made and how the A-liner has evolved over the many years. But throughout the weekend, the sky kept threatening and it did rain on and off. But each time we got a pretty hard thunderstorm, afterwards we got a pretty nice rainbow. So there were a couple of rainbows during the week, and it was still enjoyable. You just had to wait your time for the rain to stop. There are a number of vendors or craftspeople that came and brought some wares to show. And these were one person who made some artist work, and this is the artist painting inside a snuff box or a Altoids box, and these are beverage coasters. And then there was another one that did turnings, which were really cute. And these are their cards. The Desert Studio is the craft person. And the beautiful turned bowls, and she makes vases and other plates and stuff like that, is Sherry DeLone. They both have websites that you can go on and order stuff. And every national rally has this thing they call Pop-Tarts and Hot Shots. And the men are the Hot Shots, and the women are the Pop-Tarts. And they split off and bring a beverage of their choice, and just commune and talk and bullshit and have a good time. There's snacks and food and wine and beer, and it's a really nice time. And most nights there is a fire, and this place had a real big fire ring, so they had a real big fire. And even if it's raining slightly, they'll still have a fire. You can get that sucker running hot enough, it'll evaporate the water before it hits the wood. So that's always a big part, just sitting around until 10:30, 11 o'clock and talking around the fire. Now, if you've ever seen any one of my videos before, you know I'm going to show you the bathroom. And this is the bathroom at this place. You know, when you're in an A-liner and you don't have bathrooms in the A-liner, it's kind of important to know that there's going to be one that can handle all the people in the rally. And this place had a real nice thing. It had 6 showers, and plenty of toilets. There were 3 toilets, 3 urinals in the men's side, so I imagine there must be 6 or 7 in the women's side. So real nice, real clean. Now there's always off-site activities planned or available that people can do, but if you want to stay around camp and do stuff, they often have crafts and seminars, and we had some seminars on boondocking and solar panels and trip planning and some of the apps that are useful in finding your way around and places you can stay overnight for free, like Cracker Barrel or Walmart. And Gene's been doing this for a couple years now, and that's what he does. He lives in his A-liner and has his truck and A-liner both fitted up with solar panels, so he can do all he wants without having to worry about plugging in somewhere. So he's pretty interesting. And then we had Don, who was doing a thing on weather. You know, you don't think about weather until you see the tornado. So he gave us some real good hints on what you should know and where you should be looking when bad weather comes, or how to make sure you know bad weather's coming with a weather radio or cell phone apps and stuff like that. Somebody made a really nice poster about the very first A-liner rally back in 2001. And some of the people were there. It was pretty interesting. But the big height of the thing is the second last days is the open house. Everybody opens their trailer, and you can come and see what they've done to it to modify it and how they've got it set up. And there's a number of people with non-A-liners that used to be A-liners, and as you get older, you might want something a little easier. And so they were there, and they were all open house, so you could look at all the stuff that's there, that get ideas and see what people have done and have them tell you what's gone wrong and why. And you get to see the littlest ones and the biggest ones, and it's pretty nice. But Akil, had some fun time too. We saw this... We didn't leave him in the car the whole time, and we went out, and there was an area where we could really play, and we found this box turtle for 2 or 3 days, and it was fun to go out and harass him. I don't know what he or she was doing. I think maybe they were looking for a nest and they didn't want us around when they're laying the eggs. But you know what, Keela, all he was really interested in was sticks. And he found a number of sticks.
Can you give me that stick? Give me that stick. Give me that stick. Give me it. I got it. I got it. You're going to pull my arm off. Out. My fault. I threw it in the water. He's looking for it. Come on, you bum. Hey, come here. You got a stick. You got a stick.
Last big thing I had to do, this was my responsibility, was to get all these people into one big pile and take a group picture. And I think we actually got most of them. A lot of times, you know, there's always somebody who's shy, doesn't want to have their picture taken. But we herded them together. It's not quite as bad as cats, but it's close. The drone batteries only last about 15 minutes, so they gotta move along. So finally got them all packed together and try to get the outside corners into the middle and up above them so that we could see a good portion of their faces anyways. And you can recognize a lot of them on a good blow up of this picture. But so he took a bunch of photos, and of course they're all looking in different directions, and you have to tell them to look at the drone. Some of them are looking down at their watches or their phones or whatever, and finally I think we got a good picture. So there we go. And then they wave away, and we're done with that. And I say, okay, you're done. And nobody moves. So the only way to get them to know that we're done is to get rid of the drone. And so we put it way up top, and entropy begins. So they begin to wander away. So then I had to rush home and make this video for you guys so you could see what the rally was about and try to enlist you guys to come to the next rally. The next rally is going to be out in Branson, Missouri. They were there 8 years ago, and looks like a good place. They're trying to get me to come out there, and I might be able to swing by there on my way back from someplace else, because I may be out west anyways. But it's a great group. It's so much fun, and it's so many neat friends that you get to know, and they really have a lot in common in one place or another. They're all different, but you can easily mix up and match with them. So think about, if you don't own an A-liner, get to a rally. The regional rallies are a lot easier and a little smaller, but this one is a great rally.